but you can't do it like me. No, but you can't. But you can't do it like. Okay, I'm sorry. What's going on, family? Welcome back to the Judge Your Mama podcast, where we talk about the things that I'm learning as a mother and a wife who's navigating this entrepreneurial streets. The entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? It's ghetto in entrepreneurship, okay? How it is, what people talk about, it look good, it look like people out here making millions in a day, and they are, right? We don't want to take that from them. Nonetheless, it ain't like that all the time. And before you get to those $1 million days, you're gonna be at the I ain't made $1 in 2 months. That could happen. It's real out here, and I think you should know. But more importantly, I need you to know that there are some foundational things within you that's free of charge in some regard, but it's free of charge, and there's work that needs to be done before you go out and get the LLC, before you go out and buy the sign. Like I was saying before you go out and get the website, there are some things that you gotta know that you know on the inside of you, because it will get questioned, because it ain't just by other people. You gonna question yourself time and time again. Trust me, I know. I wish someone would have put a video out before and shared some things before about knowing who I am, knowing what I stand for, and why I'm doing what I'm doing. I think in pieces in coaching, it was there sporadically, but there's a lot of emphasis on figuring out who you serve. But I think for me to really know who I serve, I need to know who I am, right? Because I can go after some people who seem like the ideal client, but I got to know who I am, how I work, how I need to be communicated with, how I like to communicate. And if that ain't jigging and jamming with nobody else, then why did I do all this work for an ideal client and I can't even communicate what I need to communicate? There'll be a lot of struggles, right? I'm not saying don't do that, but what I'm saying is before we invest in all of these other things in business that are essential, there are some things and some work that needs to be done in us, things that we need to understand about ourselves so that we can better serve other people, so that we can better give of ourselves, and quite frankly, so we can save some time. How many of us have been trying to get these businesses, these podcasts, these courses, these blogs, these YouTube channels and all this stuff popping, like popping. And it's just been a struggle. It's been a struggle to like grow what we doing. Because a lot of times we don't know who we are. A lot of the times we don't know what we stand for. And so today we're going to talk about real quick our what. So last week we talked about the why, but today we're talking about what. Okay? So when you are establishing a brand, a business, it's important to know what you're desiring to offer. Take the time to figure out what's really in you, right? Assess your skills. Assess what it is that you're desiring to give. What are you good at? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? Take some time to assess those things, right? Get with some people who can help you. Get a coach who can help you work through all of the uncertainty in your mind, all of the questioning, all of the different layers, because there are a lot of things, our history, our upbringing, our experiences, our education, they all have contributed to the way we think, the way we live, our morals, and that's whether you agree with those things or not. They all contribute, they all play a part. And it's important to know the what behind what you're doing. So before you go start the business, that first layer is who. Knowing who you are. You gotta know who you are. So once you've kind of solidified who you are in this season, then go figure out what it is that makes me who I am. What is it that I'm going to give of myself? What is it that sets me apart from the other people? What sets me apart in business? What sets me apart as a podcaster? What sets me apart as a daughter? What sets me apart as a mother? What sets me apart from all of the people doing the things that I want to do? Because you already know it's coming. And you've probably already been questioning yourself. Well, Angel, I mean, everybody doing a podcast. Why you keep telling me I need to do a podcast? Because nobody does a podcast like you. Nobody has your perspective. Nobody can reach the people that you're going to reach. There's some people specifically waiting for you. Maybe everybody ain't listening to podcasts because you ain't out there. There's a specific person that maybe want to get into it, but they ain't found nobody yet. Why? Because you sitting on the sideline. Do with that what you will. So what? What sets you apart? What makes you unique? I struggle with figuring out what it is I wanted to offer because I didn't know who I truly was. I didn't take the time to really do the inner work of who I was and ask the right questions until I got with the right coach and the right program that walked me through what it is that I really wanted to offer. But it all went back to me knowing who I was. Like, who is Angel? What is unique to Angel? What does an angel enjoy? That where I was able to say, this is what I want to offer. I could then answer the questions of, this is what I want to name my business. I could then say, this is what sets me apart from all the other people in the area, from all the other people out there doing what I'm doing. This is when I could say, but no, nobody do it like me. But you can't do it like me. No, but you can't do it like me. What my sister Kia? But you can't do it like me. No, but you can't do it like me. But you can't do it like. Okay, I'm sorry. Bring it back, Angel. Come back. I had to bring it back. I was gone, but I'm back. I was okay. So that's why it's important to figure out who you are, and then take it the next step further to figure out what sets you apart, what makes you unique to this area, to this expression. Creative entrepreneurs need to express themselves through business a specific way. Let me say that. And so for the creative entrepreneur, it's very important that they understand who they are and what it is that sets them apart. Because sometimes you can get lost in the sauce. Then, here's one thing. We have got to, and I'm talking to myself, we gotta pick a time where we're consuming content and where we're not. As an entrepreneur or anybody, not even just looking to become an entrepreneur, if you're just looking to start a blog, a podcast or something, it is very important in that space as well to know who you are, because it will be questioned. It's just not entrepreneurs being tested out here. We all getting tested out here. So it's important to know who you are, and it's important to know what sets you apart from other people in the area in which you're going to be a part of. But yeah, it's important to know what sets you apart. It's important to know who you are first, what sets you apart, so you can stand on those foundation pieces. Just a couple things that you should know the answer to before you get started in a business. Before you buy the LLC and spend all this money and to be recognized by the state. Why does it matter to be recognized by all these other people and you don't know who you are? Yeah, it looks good. And being in these social media streets and posting these pictures and all this stuff, yeah, all that stuff look good. Yeah, it sound good, but that's not everybody like y'all. Come on, people been telling y'all. Listen to me. What y'all see in these social media streets is not the full picture. It's not the full picture. It's not. A lot of these people as content creators, they don't own them cars they post them out. People be talking about $1 million days. Yeah, that's what they made in their business. Is that profit? All the people they gotta pay all the salespeople that contributed to them making that $1 million, yeah, that's cool. We made that in business. But how much you gotta pay in taxes? So when you not sure of when that money come and go, you gotta know who you are. What if you acquire all of this money and all of these things and you lose it? There's gonna be some testing in the mind of who you are, right? That's why it's important to know who you are and what sets you apart. When you know what sets you apart, do you have the ability to lose it all and rebuild it again? What will keep you going when it gets hard? I love podcasting and all of those things. I love helping people, serving people as a coach and as an operations manager and as a virtual assistant. Like, I enjoy those things. I love doing those things, and I love working and helping other individuals who kind of think like me in the creative entrepreneurial space. Serve from their hearts. Serve from what feels true and unique to themselves. Being a creative entrepreneur can be a lot sometimes, because sometimes it feels like if we're not doing all of the things that we desire and enjoy, we are letting ourselves down. We feel defeated. Sometimes when one area isn't working out well, we run to the other thing. But sometimes we struggle with figuring out what it is we need to be doing in that season and then staying consistent in it for a longer period of time and then allowing ourselves to evolve. So there's quite a few struggles. So I think that's why it's very important that you know what you're doing in that season, who you are, what you're doing, and why you do it. We'll talk about that next week. So you guys stay tuned. If you don't know what's going on over at the Judge Your Mama podcast, I encourage you to join the email list. Join the email list so that you know when new episodes drop. Also, subscribe to the YouTube. If you're looking at us live and in color, hey boo, how you doing? How you doing, boo? Okay? Subscribe so that you're notified that way if that's your thing. If that's not your thing and you checking us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Deezer, Buzzsprout, wherever you is tuning in from, subscribe there as well, especially on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, so that they send notifications directly to your phone to let you know that a new episode has dropped on Thursday. All right? Outside of that, y'all be good. I'm about to run up out of here. And y'all see me next week. Peace.